Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast episode 28. Tonight we talk Mario Day, Ninja Turtles, our dream frontiers for Nintendo, and comfort food? That and more. I gotta say that the dancing is better than what we used to do, which is like sing it ourselves when neither of us could hear the theme song.
Yeah, back when I thought he was cutting that out and people would not hear me.
Oh, good times. Yeah, good thing Micah doesn't actually listen to this show. Speaking of which, I am joined tonight by my fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And I am Andros, and we are joined tonight by extremely awesome and special guest, Marty Estes from the Nintendo Dads.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, yeah. Pretty good.
Man, it's going great.
I'm so excited to be here. No, and seriously, I want you to know that. Like, being on, I know that we had to like postpone it a couple of times, but like this is I told the guys over at All In, getting asked to do this kind of stuff is like the highlight of my day. So I'm super excited to be here.
Dude, we're super excited to have you on. We love the Southern flair and the passion for podcasting. So, I mean, we need more of that in our life. So that's anytime you're welcome on anytime.
That's awesome. See, most of the time I'm thinking like, God, people think I'm a moron because they hear my voice and it's just like, oh, we actually got a reaction to that. You know, when I first joined Nintendo Dads back in like, I think it was late 2016, we got a review on iTunes right after that. And they're like, I can't stand the new guy's voice. And I was like, yes.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Some people just have no taste.
Now,
I was always afraid because
folks.
we started this show with my brother as like a more permanent guest, but we sound exactly the same, like on the phone. Micah couldn't tell who was talking sometimes, so good thing he bailed. Just kidding. No, we miss you, Max. You're welcome.
Yeah,
back
we
anytime.
kicked him out.
Yes. Well, Marty's joining us from the Nintendo Dads, where I've been actively listening to their community basically since the pandemic started. They've gotten me through quite a quiet work day.
Awesome.
And they're a great show, so go check them out if you haven't listened to any of their stuff already. If you're like Jack and Bacon in our Discord, who's this Marty guy? Oh well, he's got a show and it's a blast to listen to.
International man of mystery.
Yes. Well, with that, let's jump right over into the first segment of our show, which is Whatcha Playin. And I guess we'll change things up this week. Micah, you want to talk first? What have you been playing lately?
Just my classic 3 games I seem to always go back to. I forgot one of them now that I've said that. I've been playing. Oh, I guess the one that wasn't a classic because it was Apex Legends, and that just came out for the Switch. But a lot of my time has been. I played Fortnite, I think, a couple times, but I've been getting pretty heavily into Rocket League.
Nice. Decided to put that 1,000 hours into to make it actually good at the game.
Exactly. I mean, I plateaued in Fortnite like 12 hours in. It felt like so. Maybe I'll have a little better luck with Rocket League.
Yeah, by plateaued, he like kills it. He carries our team most games. so that's his level of plateau.
I feel like that says more about our team's skill level than my skill level, though. Being honest, no.
Yeah, this is true. But... Nice. What'd you think of Apex on Switch?
It was pretty good. I don't know if it was my TV, but when it was docked, my input seemed a little laggy. They seem a little delayed, but it seemed to run pretty good when I swapped to handheld.
Yeah.
Still terrible at it, though. I mean,
yeah, you had played it previously, right?
Yeah, I've maybe put like 10 hours into it, maybe a little more previously. But yeah, there's like 10 new characters since the last time I played, so it's pretty different running into all these guys.
Yeah, I thought Apex Legends was good. I know, Marty, you got a chance to dive into it a bit, and I think you, like me, shared the sentiment. Like, I'm just terrible at Apex Legends,
God,
man. I'm so bad.
I believe the term that we would use here is a crap show. It's like I dropped in today and was dead within 10 seconds of being on the ground.
My first
Like our
game,
entire squad.
we're playing with our buddy Eli, and he drops us like right in the middle of like a squad of people. I don't even know. I don't know any of the controls. I run up. I assume I started with a gun for some reason, even though I played Fort. You don't start with a gun in Fort. And I run up to this guy and I start hitting the trigger, and I start punching him. And I lost very quickly because he had a gun and I had fists.
And what is up with like the punching is in like slow motion. It's like they punch and the fist stays out and then it
forever
draws back in.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it. I think it's a blast. I need more time with it. I'm have leveled up to level 10 for like I guess my overall because the battle pass I'm like level 33 or 34 because they started you out at 30. But like I'm level 10 overall, but I hate that comparison screen at the first because it's like, here's your team. And I'll always get paired up with somebody. It's like, he's got 96 kills.
Yeah.
46 kills. You have 1.
Oh, hey, I won. That's better
more than I
some.
had when I.
And
when I
honestly, the one kill that I do have with the character that I'm now running was a total accident. Like it was like I threw a grenade around a corner and it just happened to kill somebody.
Yeah,
So,
that's about how I'm playing.
It's so much different. Like I'm having to rethink because I love Fortnite, and I mean, I the last 2 seasons have really dove into that with my son, and we've both 100 level 100 the battle pass, all of that, bought extra skins. The Marvel thing really hooked me in Fortnite, and that's like I was playing for the skins, but then I realized I really love this game, and I love its pacing, and I love how it's. I mean, it's the same map, but it's different every time. And I'm gonna have to put the time in with Apex, but I'm like you. I'd played it previously when there was like 3 characters or 4 characters, and then abandoned it because we didn't have an Xbox or we didn't have a PlayStation handy. Now, the only negative I think is it really sucks to like have this game come to your system of choice in the middle of a bunch of characters already been released, a bunch of game mechanics have already been out there because you feel like everybody's ahead of you and you're just you like for me, I immediately feel like the drag on the team. Because I'm just running around. 100%. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
I felt that way when I joined Fortnite, which was probably season 6 or 7 in chapter 1. Was when I first started playing Fortnite. I think they really have nailed down the newcomer mechanics because they've done the the rank-based matching,
skill-based,
and they added bots to the game. So if you're like brand new, you're playing against mostly bots, right? So it's like a lot easier to come in and like learn to play.
I remember when I really
annihilated.
When I think it's when chapter 2 is that what they.
Yeah.
It's chapter 2 and then there's seasons, right? I always get mixed up. Chapter 2, when it started and they did, they reworked the XP system, they reworked the bots and all that. That's when I started really like dipping my toe back in the water of it. And I was like, oh, and now I know why I was better at it. Because I was like, all of a sudden I was like, man, I just got good overnight. No, you were just playing against robots, Marty. I mean, great, awesome.
That's what Mike and I, when we started chapter 2, were like, wow, did we just get super good at this game or something? Like we're winning every match. I don't know. It's all bots.
Ignorance is bliss.
If they could just make online games like that where you won every match and it was just bots and your friends, cool. I'm great with that. I don't need you to make me against, some 12-year-old kid who's put 70 billion hours into being and has like every skin in the game and they're all like gold and sapphire and holograms and crap. Like Like I got killed by a hologram pancake the other day in Fortnite. And I was like, I've got the pancake, I've got the man cake, but when does he turn into a hologram? And my son's like, oh yeah, that's after level 100. And then they get to level 300 and they turn into gold. And I was like, why?
300, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like the game thinks I'm better than I am. They're like, we'll match you with people of your skill level, and I just get dunked on.
Yeah.
By these guys.
Yep.
No contest.
Well,
the best part is when you're playing Apex and your kid comes around the couch and he's looking at you and you're like, you die, and it's like you're the first squad, you're first blood, and he's like, he just looks at you, he's like, wow, you suck. I looked at him, I was like, yeah, son, I guess I do.
I don't know.
That?
Yeah, I don't know what it is about shooter games, but for some reason, when you go from the camera being back here to the camera being right here, weird. All skill is gone for me. Third-person shooters, I feel like I am competent at and play very well.
I love third-person shooters.
But for some reason, first-person shooters, I don't know why, because that's the more common genre. I guess it's because I grew up on the N64, where like there weren't a ton of first-person shooters in that time frame. I with the exception of GoldenEye, which was like really the first good first-person shooter. Maybe Doom.
First good one, yeah.
Yeah, Doom, I guess would predate that.
Yeah, Doom, yeah.
But
I mean, I grew up on the NES. We didn't have first-person anything. It was,
Is Duck Hunt considered a first-person?
I guess so.
Shooter?
Yeah, we had Duck Hunt and Shadowgate, which was like an RPG, and you would like move forward, and it would take 5 minutes to get to the next screen. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just remember that for some reason. It was at my friend's house. Trey would always play it, and when you died, the Grim Reaper would pop up and scare the crap out of me. And I was 8 years old, and it was like freaking Grim Reapers on the screen. Thanks, Trey, for scarring me for life.
I definitely feel like I got better when we introduced the Wii and we were using a pointer instead of thumbstick controls.
Well, that brings up a good point that Apex on Switch has gyro controls, which it doesn't on others. But like, I still just haven't gotten used to them because the gyro controls on Apex they're not working like the gyro controls on Splatoon do.
Right. Why on Switch did they add that? I wonder. Well, I guess because Switch has the capability, but it's
I think it's because it has the capability, but because every time a shooter comes out, one of the first things that gets asked is, does it have gyro controls?
Yeah. They're trying to convert all the Splatoon players to first-person shooter players. I love that there's that need. That makes me happy. That we're at that point. And can I just say, well, we're going to talk a little bit about it with the news coverage, but I just love that every popular game that comes out and games that come out, everybody just automatically wants them on the Switch. Everybody's just asking, when's this coming to Switch? Apex, that was like a big thing. When's this come to Switch? This Ninja Turtles game that's coming out? When's that come to Switch? Like everybody, I just love that that's the first reaction. No one asks, is this coming to Xbox or PlayStation? And it's not, I don't think it's necessarily because it's assumed it's coming there. I think it's just people want to play it portably, right? They want to play it on their Nintendo console. That's my guess.
I mean, I can play, I have a PlayStation 5. I can play Apex there, but why? It's pretty. I don't want pretty. I want to play it at my mom's house when I'm avoiding conversation. With my parents.
That's a good good point. No other console lets you play Apex on the toilet, so just throwing that out there.
Unless you have a TV in your bathroom.
Really tricky setup, yeah.
Well, yeah, if you have the new if you get the covert dock, the Genki covert dock, you can put a TV anywhere, man.
That's true.
You just put that thing right in the bathroom.
Well, we've got totally gone off the rails here. Did you have anything?
Welcome to the Nintendo Dance.
Did you have anything else you want to add to your What You Playin list, Micah?
No, I think those are the only 3 things I've played this week.
Nice. Marty, you want to hit us up next? What have you been playing lately?
Uh, so I've been in Animal Crossing, been trying to get all the Mario items. And I just like I've probably talked about Animal Crossing a lot. It's been out a year now. There's really not much, I guess, to say about it hasn't already been said. Although, like I think there was. I've noticed something they should have fixed before the Mario items released, and that is you can only order 5 of those a day.
Oh,
Fine,
yeah. That's,
Yeah.
that's done. I
yep.
mean, it's like if you're going down the list, which is what I did. I just started at the top and just started buying them. Like you can get like one day you can get a block, and the next day you get Mario's mustache, and then a few days later you can get Mario's overalls and all kinds of stuff. And it's just to me that it seems like that's a little needlessly, um, it's a needless hassle, especially when the way they introduced that in the preview video was to show all the items on screen at once, like you were
Right.
just going to be able to have them all. So like I still enjoy it though. I'm disappointed that my winter snow is gone and all the snowballs and things, and it's turning spring. I don't want more bugs. Um, but I pop in there for about 30 minutes a day, and I've also been playing Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection um, on page difficulty only because I hate myself.
That's a great that there is no shame in
Yeah.
playing on page difficulty. No
Now,
shame.
unless there's levels I'm not being able to see, and if that's the case, then I guess I don't care. It's a fun game on page. When there's actual um, when it's actually not soul crushingly difficult, it's a fun game. But
It's
other than that, it's a fantastic remake.
did you like the art style for that game? I don't
Oh
know if
yeah.
you were a naysayer in the
Oh yes, I
early.
loved it. Loved it. I think that anytime a developer like that takes a beloved franchise and takes a risk with an art style like that, whether it's Paper Mario or whether it's like Nintendo when they did Wind Waker, um, or this or Yoshi's Crafted World or everything, Kirby's Epic Yarn, we should celebrate that
Yeah.
because as I said on the All In podcast, I think it's the episode of where they reviewed Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins, whatever it is. By the way, can we just toss here? Why does the name change? Like on some systems, it's Ghouls and Ghosts. On some, it's Ghosts and Goblins. I don't. Maybe it's a rights thing. I don't
I,
know.
I actually didn't even know that.
I didn't
Like
know that. I
yeah,
thought it
well,
was
like
all Ghosts and Goblins
On the
Resurrection.
Sega Genesis back in the day, it was
Oh,
Ghouls
okay.
and Ghosts.
Oh, yeah, for the
And
different
now
series.
and then everywhere else it's Ghosts and Goblins. Anyway, so
Wasn't it Ghosts and Goblins, and then Ghouls and Ghosts was like a sequel, and then
I
they're like
guess
Ghosts
yeah,
and
like
Goblins Resurrection.
I
I mean,
I will confuse them until the end of time. But anyway, what I'm saying is like when they take a risk like that, I feel like we should support that because I have had enough of gritty, realistic, everything's gray, black, brown, and red games. Like shooters,
Yeah.
basically. That's why, in fact, I feel like that's almost in some ways why I prefer Fortnite and have really fallen in love with it is because it doesn't take itself too seriously and it's cartoony and it's bright and
yeah.
you know I enjoy that. I play games to escape from the nightmarish hellscape of 2021 instead of it looking like real life. You know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I totally agree. And Nintendo is very emphasized, and Nintendo systems seem to emphasize the more stylized art. Even with this new Crash game that came out, like if you look at comparisons between it and the PlayStation version, it pops a little bit more on the Switch. It's a little
It
fuzzier,
does
but
seem
they,
a little more brighter,
yeah,
and I think that I want to say that I think that's mainly because they don't have a lot of the lighting technology, the lighting sources that PS5 has.
yeah,
Because I was watching the state of play, and that the footage of Crash 4 on the PlayStation 5 is just ridiculously cool.
yeah.
But I do. I mean, I tend to like more stylized games, and I always have and always will.
Yeah, I'm the same. It seems like more games are sort of branching out to that as well in the last few years.
Yeah,
So I'm excited for that.
yeah, absolutely. And that's, by the way, that's all I've been playing. This week has not been a
Hey,
lot of time for games.
Ghosts and Goblins is a time sucker, so that's a big one to tackle, even in page mode.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Me personally, I have been playing. Also played some Fortnite. I wanted to finish up the battle pass. I hit level 100, got my baby Yoda, and finished up the Mandalorian costume quest. Actually, I have one more quest to do for that to get like the different underclothes thing. Um, that's been fun. I played Apex. I enjoyed Apex. Like I said, I suck. I want to take some more time with it. And then, actually, this week I got back. I fired up yesterday Breath of the Wild. I have never done the Terrytown quest.
Oh, dude.
So
What?
I was like, I want to do this quest. I love the music from it.
Hmm.
I've seen like gameplay footage of it, and I'm like, I just want to do this quest. Uh, because I am playing on my Switch, and I originally played Breath of the Wild on a friend's system, I don't have save data, so I had to start completely from the beginning. So I was basically speed running the Great Plateau. Man, I crushed it. I was just like, I finished that in one night, basically, the whole Great Plateau, and then heading to Hateno Village. And so I just got there. I've got my wood that I need to give to Bolson Construction, and I just need to get some money so I can buy the house and then send the one dude to
I
Terrytown.
didn't do that quest until I'd already beaten Calamity Ganon.
Okay.
So basically, what I was able to do was go back and do all of it at once. Like do it one, one. Okay, I took that part off. Now I'll do the next part. Now I'll do the next part. And that was really fun. Just my Breath of the Wild shame story though is that I completed part one of the Master Sword DLC, like where you have, you go into the and do the combat trials, and never went back and did part two or part three. So I don't have the bike. I've never even touched that DLC. I own it, but this is how I play video games. I buy all the DLC. I'm like, yes, I got it. It's complete. I'll never play it.
Are you playing
Y-
that on hard mode? Because I can
No,
Yeah,
understand
the
that.
no, no, no,
oh
no.
Because
gosh,
I
that
su- I
that
suck
one
at,
trial is
at
so
combat
hard.
in Breath of the Wild. I suck at it. And Breath of the Wild gives me like games like that. They give me something that this is a term I learned from the board gaming world. Analysis paralysis. I have a hard time with open world games because I don't know. I like there's so many choices of what to do next. It makes me not want to make any choices. And what I want to do is I want it to say, just go here, just go to this place and do this. And really, if I would be okay with there not being a route that was, if you go this way, you'll do the main quest and not do any side quests. I would be okay if it was like we're gonna span out the main storyline all through all of this until you've completed everything, but we're gonna tell you each place to go. I would be okay with that. I don't want to explore. I don't care. Like some people are like, "Oh, look at this beautiful waterfall I found." My in the back of my mind, I'm like, "Is there something behind it? Like, is there is
Oh, I
there a
mean, you
treasure?
you gotta check every waterfall.
Like, is that?" No, I don't. Like, I can't do that. Like Skyrim, I bought it and I wanted to love it, but I just could not do it because the whole time I'm going, "Where in the crap do I go? There goes a dragon. Over there, there's some people. What? Like what?"
yeah, I think I experienced that exact same thing when I first played Skyrim. I played Skyrim on the Xbox 360 when it was first released eons ago, and every time I would just get a little bit in and I just stop playing and just never pick it back up. I made it all the way to like, oh, I'm gonna get into the Thieves Guild, and I was just like, this. I just lost my drive to do it. I did not beat that game till I played it on the Switch, and my goal in my mind, I was like, I'm going to beat the mainline story. And And it does have like the quest markers, right? So I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to focus no side anything. I'm just focusing on the main story, and I enjoyed it so much more doing that. So I think maybe
did
that's
that, and
my problem as well.
I went into it with that mindset, like I need to go just do the main story, and then in doing the main story, like 5 hours into it, I ended up in a cave and turned into a vampire, and I was like, well, crap, now I'm a vampire. This sucks, and I just stopped playing. Like I was like, now everybody hates me because I'm a vampire. I don't want to be a vampire. And I was like, this was at the point where I was trying to go get the first part of the shout. You know, like the first shout you learn. And I'm like, I'm 3 hours in, I'm already a vampire. What the crap?
Uh, this
And-
sucks.
yeah,
Literally,
and-
you're a vampire.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, in Breath of the Wild, I'd always hop on and be like, okay, I'm gonna go do this quest thing, and then on my way there, I would get distracted for like 3 hours, and be like, well, I guess I better hop off, and I guess I didn't really complete anything.
And in
And
the
lots of
midst
side
of all,
quests.
in the midst of all of this, like bemoaning the the side quests and everything, there's this worm in the back of my mind that keeps poking up and going, you should really replay Breath of the Wild. You should start from the beginning. You should try it
Ooh.
again. Look at all those people who are doing it in honor of the Switch's 4th anniversary. Aren't they having fun? Don't you want to have fun too? You know? And then like I'm thinking about that. And meanwhile, all of these sad puppies are over here like whining and giving me the puppy dog eyes. And they're all the other games I haven't finished as I look at Breath of the Wild. And I
Yep.
can't do it. I
Yep.
can't do it. My backlog is so bad right now.
That's part of being in the gaming podcast space, I guess.
Yep.
Well, that's it for me. I'm gonna do the Terrytown quest. That's my goal, and I don't know what I'll do after that, but it's kind of gotten me excited and back into Zelda. I'm stoked for Breath of the Wild 2. That's gearing up. So with that, let's move over because we've got some.
You haven't played any Panel de Pon?
I have not. I have conquered my addiction.
Has that game finally broken you?
Yeah, that's more what's going on. I've just accepted defeat after Micah beat it, and I couldn't. I was like, "Yep, I'm good." No, I've thought to go on, but there's just been other stuff that's pulled me more, I guess. So that's I don't know. I'm
proud of you
in waves. Thanks, Micah. I appreciate that. Well, with that, let's move to. We've got some great questions. We're changing up the order here tonight because Marty may have to duck out early. And if we keep going on tangents like this, he's definitely going to be out of here early. But that's
sorry.
Hey, we're all for it. We're all for it.
Producer.
We are all for it. Micah and I are just as bad with the tangents. He's trying to egg me on with this Panel de Pon talk, man. All right, so the next segment of our show, which is the Community Corner. I hit the right bumper. I'm proud of myself. Like I was like, which one is it? Because I'm skipping order here. So for today's Community Corner, we have actually a lot of community submitted questions. And so let's just start right into these. The first one we have here is from $2 Hero, our buddy Seth from the All In podcast, where you were a guest. Probably premiered. Our episodes go live Monday, so probably premiered Saturday. So you get to hear so much Marty. Can never have enough Marty.
I don't know about that.
Seth asks on Discord, it's an indisputable fact that the southern United States is home to the best comfort food in the entire world.
That is true.
Nintendo is comfort food for so many of us. So, which southern foods would you assign to represent Mario, Zelda, and Animal Crossing franchises? And he says, love you guys. Sorry to make you hungry. Thanks for the question, Seth. So I don't know if you guys came up with lists for this, but I have a list. I thought this out pretty good. I'm even gonna throw in an extra one here for Pokemon.
Ooh.
All right, so Animal Crossing for me, hands down, has to be a peach cobbler, because I feel like it's like a perfect food, and it's kind of got a sweetness to it. It's like savory also. So that's why I going with the peach cobbler. For Mario, I'm gonna give him the flaky buttermilk biscuit, and that's just because he's classic. He's classic. He's simple, but really easy to fill up on by itself. That's that's where I'm going with it.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then I don't really have a reason for this one, but I felt like The Legend of Zelda needed to be jambalaya. I don't have any reasoning for that. It felt right, and that's where I'm going with that answer. And my bonus, Pokemon. I'm gonna give fried chicken, some Southern style fried chicken. Pokemon is like that. It's reliable, and it also never changes. Stays the same. No matter where you go and get a Southern style chicken dinner, it's the same recipe as everywhere else. It's always going to taste slightly the same.
It may be the same recipe. Take a chicken and throw it in the fryer, but you got to. There is a definite difference between fried chicken. If you ever come down, we will eat
real good Southern
fried. We will eat real fried chicken.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I will show you where to go to get it.
So I feel like it's one of those things where they make slight changes to the recipe, and Pokemon does that, right? Like they make slight changes, but really it's all about this is what we are, and we're sticking to this. For 8 games, we're gonna do the same thing with some different seasonings.
Oh, that new Pokemon Legends.
That's not fried chicken. That's like chicken waffle. That's
grilled
is.
Chicken.
Yeah, it's grilled chicken. Marty, you got a list of Southern foods?
I do. I actually today was in a comfort food joint in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Commissary, which is legendary around the Memphis area. My wife and I had to go do some errands down there, and so we went by and had some barbecue, and also totally ironic. They serve tamales, best tamales I've ever eaten in my life. But so I asked my wife this as we're eating. I was like, so I'm going to be on the Nintendo Pals tonight, and this is the question that got asked. What do you think? And she helped me out. She came up with some fantastic answers. Mario is like mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Everybody loves mac and cheese, and it's gooey and warm.
I don't
and
like
delicious.
mac and cheese.
Well, hush.
Yeah, don't pay attention to Mike.
But here's the thing: mac and cheese can go with anything, right? You can have fried chicken and mac and cheese. You can, some restaurants you go to, you can get a hamburger and mac and cheese. You can get a steak and mac and cheese. And so in the Mario world, Mario goes with everything. He goes with go-karts and tennis and doctoring and all kinds of other stuff. But kind of like you said, Andros, Mario can also be a meal in and of itself. You can fill up on it. And there's some places you can go and you can get really fancy mac and cheese with, like I had today, mac and cheese with barbecue in it. And it was awesome. It could have been a meal by itself. So Mario's mac and cheese, I wanted to say a pizza, but then I realized that he said Southern comfort food, right? Now, pizza is a comfort food for me, but it's not Southern comfort food.
That's just an everyone comfort food.
Right. Everybody loves pizza.
As long as it doesn't have the cheese on it.
Micah doesn't like cheese. I didn't think I didn't think this would ever come up on this podcast. But feel free to rail him in the comments, people, because he's used to it. He's been railed by me his whole life.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Andrew doesn't like gizzards and chocolate mixed or something, so that's kind of weird.
There's a video of me online eating for a food challenge, and I straight throw up. That's what we were talking about before the show, why I was crying when you got on to the crying, laughing.
Zelda, to me, is like a good soup, like a stew, a vegetable, like a meat and vegetable stew. Like it's a little more hearty. It takes a little bit more time to prepare. It takes a little bit more time to get through, to savor and enjoy. Just like a Zelda game. When you sit down with Zelda, it's not just going to be let me run through a few levels and I'm done. It's I got there's some meat to this, right? And in a lot of ways, it's what you make of it. Like a lot of especially Breath of the Wild, it's what you make of it. And I've watched my father-in-law cook his stew, and a lot of times it just looks like he's just throwing stuff in there, and he cooks it in this like cauldron that's like it's huge. Y'all, you're gonna love this. This is about as southern as we're gonna get on the podcast. You know how he heats the cauldron up? He has developed his own heating device where he takes a propane tank that you use for a gas grill, attaches a hose to it that's attached to a truck hubcap
Oh my gosh.
that has a hole drilled in it. And the fire comes up through the truck hubcap, and you set the cauldron on top of it, and you heat the stew. There you go.
This is
cool.
so. That is like.
It sounds
So
slightly dangerous, but
if you ever hear about me dying in a stew explosion,
What a way to go. That would be.
That's why. But I gotta say, for Animal Crossing Andros, you stole my answer.
Oh, did I?
My wife's answer. That was her exact answer. Was that it's like a cobbler because it's light. It can be light and it's fruity, but it's also sweet. But it's not something that you need to eat in a large amount, right? It's something that you need to consume just a little bit of because you don't want diabetes.
some things are worth diabetes.
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, I know. But like Animal Crossing, I sit down and play for 30 minutes and that's enough, and I'm fulfilled. And a lot of times Animal Crossing is also the game I add to another game that I'm playing because like I'll play some Doom Eternal or I'll play some Mario or I'll play some now Apex Legends, and I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to wind it down with some Animal Crossing. It's calming, it's soothing, and so it reminds me of dessert.
Yeah, that's good. That's great list. I really like your answers.
Can I add one to my list like you added Pokemon?
Yeah.
So I'm going to add F-Zero. Is like Crystal Pepsi. It doesn't exist anymore.
I love it. I love. Oh, please bring it back. That would be. That's great. Micah, what are your answers for these?
I was actually really struggling to come up with some of these, but my Mario answer is very similar. I had biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
This a little bit sort of like your reasoning for the mac and cheese. I feel like biscuits and gravy can go with just about anything, and you can have it for every meal. Essentially, I love biscuits and gravy. So that's something you can fill up on. I couldn't really think of something for Zelda and Animal Crossing. I just kept thinking of things for Waluigi, and that is deviled eggs, because mostly the name of it, I feel like he was like the devil of the Mario world.
Okay.
Deviled eggs. Hey, this is we're coming up with lore for Nintendo on the spot. This is one of those all-in moments where we had Seth on, where it's like Doug Bowser better be taking notes. Sakurai for Smash, here you go. Here's this taunt. Better include some deviled eggs.
Yeah, and hush puppies, because I feel like he could just be quiet and die, and I'd be okay with that.
All right.
Wow. I'm just kidding. I actually really want Waluigi in Smash, just because so many people have asked for it, and he does get gypped in a lot of games.
He does. I think we might hit on this a little bit with some of the other community questions we got. Great answers, guys. Thank you so much for the questions.
Yeah, some better than others, and yours better than mine.
Next question comes from Eric Plunk on or Eric Plock. Actually, we only address him as the Plock now. On Discord, asks, what never previously explored medium of entertainment would you like to see Nintendo enter, and how would you like to see them do so? Micah, you want to start with this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's only like main one that I can think of. Well, I guess they have entered into board games, but they haven't been original board games. They've been Mario spin-offs. Essentially.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, man. That's we've talked about it several times on the show.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
So just any and all Nintendo board games. Make some original ones.
I would love that. That would be awesome.
I would enjoy that very much, especially now that we had that Stardew Valley board game come out. There's been some really good video game based board games. Man, we may need to just like do an entire episode dedicated to this. We'll get someone in the board gaming sphere on here.
I would love that,
because that like where we just
that'd
like
be awesome.
talk about good ideas for Nintendo board games. Some quick ones we've come up with: the Pikmin card game, Pikmin deck builder. I think that would be so good.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
A Metroid game that's done kind of Mansions of Madness style, where it's like a tabletop, explore an area, and defeat some enemies, kind of deal.
Did you guys ever play any or see any of Imperial Assault that Fantasy Flight had out for a while with Star Wars?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the modular board with the Star Wars miniatures and the bigger things like the AT-AT and things like that.
Yeah.
Imagine
that with Zelda.
Oh, right, yeah.
Dude,
I forgot I have some of those up in my desk drawer somewhere. I think.
Yeah.
I know that's a total rip on another game, but like a Zelda modular Dungeons and Dragons-esque.
Yep.
Where there's a dungeon master planning the dungeon that Link has to go through. Oh yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be super, super cool. I don't know if they'd do it, but I mean, Stardew Valley did it, so there's hope. Marty, do you got what do you got for this one?
You know, I've thought about it, and I actually was trying to recount all of the mediums that Nintendo has touched. You know, and I'm going to say one, and this might be a controversial pick, but I hear me out on it, okay? I think Nintendo needs to do movies.
I don't think it's controversial. I think that needs to happen, man.
And what I mean by that is that there have been movies about Nintendo games, but Nintendo themselves have never been in control. And I think that one of the big worries about this DreamWorks or Illumination, it is Illumination, Mario movie, is that Nintendo is not going to be in as much control as we would like them to be. And they've been able to produce some stuff just in their games that's been really good.
Yeah.
And I would love to see them be in control. You know, like Sakurai himself mentioned this time that when Pyra and Mithra, you know, got introduced for Smash, that he let someone else do the movie. He let Monolith Soft do it. And it turned out great because they were able to write it in their own tone and they were able to do it in their own medium, right? But Sakurai's done some, like, he kind of was like, yeah, I've written all the others.
It's a big deal, man. Those are some really good reveals.
A Smash Brothers movie. And, you know, get the people that you've gotten to animate the other ones. Let's go. I would be all about that. Netflix series where it's done in that style.
Yeah, so that's where I was gonna take that statement. There's a trailer when Palutena was revealed as a fighter, and it is an anime 2D fight between Link and Pit.
Yes.
And I mean, everybody is like, "Oh yeah, new fighter." I'm like, when are we gonna get this anime, guys? Because that's what I want. This Super Smash Bros. Anime. I'm not even an anime fan. I don't watch anime, but I would be all over that show. Like, they would be so good.
Nintendo fans are always after them for more lore, you know, for more expanding of the backstories. If they don't want to do that in their games, visual media is a great way to do that. Just canonize some movies or some videos of something, and let's go. I mean, let's do the backstory of the Mushroom Kingdom in a 10-part Netflix epic. Yeah. It crushed me when those supposed rumors came out a few months ago about them canceling possibly canceling a Netflix Zelda series. I was like, why?
Yeah.
if that, I mean, if that's even true, I mean, it didn't really, I don't know. It maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but why why wouldn't you? I mean,
Just look at the success of Marvel moving from their comic
yes.
book to this cinematic universe and now TV shows. And I mean, it's huge. It's massive. And the only like thing I can think of that could ever possibly compete with that would be Nintendo IP. Like to
Mhm.
do a Nintendo cinematic universe where you got a Mario standalone movie, you got a Pokemon standalone movie, you have all these standalones, they all come together for a Super Smash Bros. Film. How
Oh yeah.
sick would that be? That would be so cool. That would be so cool.
Yep.
Gosh,
Yep.
I
I
especially just
just
Like,
want
like
that
throw my money at
Metroid
that.
movie or
Oh,
series.
A Metroid movie is like we've talked about this before on the show. Like that makes the most sense to do. Because a lot of those things, it's like, how do you turn that into live action? Metroid, not a question. That's easy to turn into a live action adaptation.
look at
That would, yeah,
how rabid people were when Amiibo came out for good quality Nintendo tangible product, right? And they didn't even do anything that was worth a dime. I mean, like you can make a fighter in Smash Brothers, okay. You can give Mario a mushroom, okay. I don't care. I have an entire bookshelf of these things over here in my office, rows and rows and rows of them. Right? Why? Because I want real, well produced Nintendo memorabilia.
yeah.
And so that should show them the rabid fan base they have for that. Although I think they know already, I think they're just not interested in it.
So
It's eh.
so both
Fine.
of you guys like Micah stole my number one answer, and then I think you've taken my number two pick. So I'm gonna go
Sorry.
with the number three pick now. Now that you're mentioning this, I would really like to see more physical Nintendo locations of sorts. I know that doesn't make a ton of sense in the current circumstances of the world, but we're gonna get back to normal. I would
Like
love
Nintendo stores.
I would love to see more Nintendo stores, or maybe they have arcades or like places to go and to hang out. Nintendo, like a first party Nintendo equivalent to whatever GameStop has. GameStop sucks, so I don't really want to compare. I don't mean to smack on it too much, but just like I want them to have their own like their locations where you can go and get the stuff. Like you can go buy things, but you can also like do stuff there as part of the experience. Maybe they got kiosks or arcade machines you can play. Um, Pokemon centers are a big thing in like Japan. Why don't we have those here? Why why don't we have more of this stuff in the West? It kind of boggles my mind. It's like you were saying, people eat this stuff up. You you want to buy some Zelda Joy-Cons? You can't. They're sold out everywhere. Pre-orders. They're not even out yet. They're not out till July. Sold out
Thanks, Joe.
pre-orders everywhere. People want this stuff. People want this stuff so badly that there's markets created of buying it and reselling it
Yeah, yeah.
for profit. Like, and so if they had physical locations, I would just eat that up, man. That would be super cool.
I, that's a great point. I think Nintendo stores is a very logical way to go, because they could operate an extra few of those around the country, maybe just one to hit every region,
Mm-hmm.
because like, why is New York the only place there's a Nintendo store? And well, besides the employee only one in Redmond.
Why is that an employee only one? It's their headquarters. They should have one there.
Uh,
Yeah,
like
it boggles my mind. I
like one in Atlanta, one in somewhere in the Midwest would be perfect.
Yeah,
Like one in Toronto, one in why?
yeah.
I just feel like it's money on the table.
That's
Like
100% how I feel. Like it doesn't make any sense. I look at these, um, I look at these stores in Japan and just go, why don't we have this here?
yeah,
It would just sell like crazy here. But
yeah,
all right.
absolutely.
Uh, thanks so much for the question, Eric. And hope those were some good answers. All right, so we just have a couple more questions here. We have this one from Mugglemoo on Discord. She asks, what is your favorite Paper Mario game and why?
Ooh.
This is going to be an interesting one. I think. I'll start. I think I'm going to say the original Paper Mario, the very first one on the N64, is my favorite one. I have, I have played several in the series. I haven't played them all, but I've played every single one except for Sticker Star. And
Every
oh no
single
no
one?
I haven't played Thousand Year Door either. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
the best one I haven't played. But I gotta go with the first one. One for nostalgia. I loved the game as a kid, but the writing and the gameplay all executed very very well. And yeah, I feel like it was a great base to the series that they didn't stick to for whatever reason. Yeah, Micah.
yeah. I gotta go with Thousand Year Door.
Yeah,
I mean, I even just replayed it again like a month ago, and it's still good. Yeah, I've the only other two I've played are Paper Mario, the whatever the Wii one was called. I think that was it, and
That's it.
Origami King. And I actually really enjoyed Origami King a lot more than reviews, but it's just because the dialogue was so good, and I enjoyed trying to collect everything. But I do kind of miss that good old Mario RPG aspect to it.
yeah. Marty, what do you got?
Yeah. So for me, it's the Origami King. I mean, before that, it was a tie between Super Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door. I enjoyed both of them for what they were, but Origami King just kind of edged it out for me. I thought it was an absolutely beautiful game,
Yeah,
and contrary to what a lot of people said, I really enjoyed the battle system. It was frustrating at times, but I felt like once you kind of understood it, it was very rewarding when you were able to make it work for you. And so that felt important to me. And the story was just fantastic. I thought it was a game that I got to share with my son, so that helped as well. But if you were to ask me my lowest, like the least favorite, it's Sticker Star, and that game is garbage. And I there's nothing good I can say about Sticker Star. I finished it, but it was like a hate finish.
I can't believe you finished it. That's an achievement, and that's
I had to drag myself through it, but I finally finished it because I was like, I'm not letting it get the best of me.
how I felt about Color Splash, and I rage quit. I don't think I even made it past. I like the you get like the paint stars in that one. I got the first
Yeah,
one, which is like basically the tutorial area. I never made it to the second one. I was like, nah,
yeah,
this is just not worth it. It's not fun. Like that's the thing. The fights were not fun at all. It was a
and
game of
that's
avoid the
kind of
fights.
where I am. I know this is more about Paper Mario, but like that's kind of where I am right now with where modern retro JRPGs are. I don't like Bravely Default because I don't like that battle system. I don't like the wagering, and I didn't really like Octopath Traveler because I don't want to have to like every encounter is 30 minutes long because I have to break your defenses before I actually can hit you. Like just let me fight. Just fight, swords and spells. That's it. And it's really impossible to mess up, but somehow you manage to.
Yeah. Well, I yeah. As much as I think maybe there's a hesitancy to go to the turn based roots of Paper Mario for that reason. I wonder if people feel if developers have a hard time making it in a way that's fun to new audiences.
Yeah, I think they just feel like it has to have a gimmick.
Well, yeah, I like in Thousand Year Door how you have to like a lot of different attacks had different ways to make them excellent or whatever, where you had to hit
Mhm.
different buttons at the right time. It's sort
Mm-hmm.
of like a I think
Time
Gladius
timer based,
3. I think I played where like all the attacks are like different,
timing
so
based.
your attacking doesn't get stale. You're doing all these different things, and it helps keep it fresh.
Yeah,
Mm.
and the original did that as well. The first two games are so similar, where it's like the 1,000 Year Door, from everything I've read, haven't played it. It just builds on the formula. And then they just turned it on its head with Super. They just turned it into a platformer. Still excellent writing, I think, throughout the entire series, with maybe the exception of Sticker Star. I don't know if that one had good writing or not.
Yeah, it just, and that's one thing to commend it for. It's always been the story and the writing has always been entertaining, as well as the Mario and Luigi games. Those RPGs, they've always been excellent. But if the gameplay can't hold with the story, then I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have one more. We have one more community question here, and I know Marty's getting close to his time where he'll turn into a pumpkin. So let's jump to this last question here. It comes from fellow Nintendo dad Tim, who's starting a new segment on our show called the Bearded Fairy Godfather, where he comes in and grants us.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it kind of creeps me out. The Bearded Fairy. Tim, you and I are gonna have to have a talk.
Comes in and grants us one wish, and this week, his question to us: I am your bearded fairy godfather, father, and I will grant you one wish. If you could be a video game character added to a game, what game would it be, and what role would your character play in the plot? Marty, I'll let you start this one off. You got an answer for this one?
Oh yeah, it's Waluigi and Smash.
Yes,
because and the role he would play would be Supreme God of Destruction.
He is Master Hand.
Yeah, he is.
He's the one.
That's going to be his
Master
movie
Hand.
when he finally gets in. Is going to be like the Master Hand cloth rips in half, and he's going to be like,
and he's just in there.
The whole time, I was here the whole time.
It's 5 Waluigis.
Every game. Yeah.
It's Waluigi. It's just multiple games. It's just chaos. Just all the way through.
So I read this question as if I personally was going to be inserted into a game. Like me.
Oh, well then.
So I came.
Well, you don't want to be Waluigi.
I mean,
do.
I basically am Waluigi. I mean, look at these lanky arms I got going on here. I've got the same body type at least.
Yes.
Can't grow that sweet mustache yet, but I instantly I feel like this is kind of a cop-out answer. I was like, oh, I want to be in Breath of the Wild and live in one of those villages, and just be like. Be the
indoor plumbing though.
Indoor plumbing, yeah. Well, that's true. I didn't think about that. But they're just gorgeous areas, and a lot of them are like the little villages have like nice little communities. There's not a lot of people, and they just kind of just live their life. They've got cool theme songs going all day, every day in their town. So that was my first thought, but then I'm gonna actually say I would like to be in Pokemon, and I want to be like a gym leader in Pokemon. That's what I want to be. Maybe like Brock. I just run a gym. I'm shirtless, stand there just flexing all day. Just
you have eyes?
Yeah, I just squint. I don't know. I feel like it would be really fun to be a gym leader because they like theme their place, and your whole goal is to just like help trainers get better. Like, and you've got like clubs of people that hang out in your gym and challenge people, and so it just seems like that would be a fun job. Yeah, that's my answer.
Can I ask what yours would be themed?
That's a good
Waluigi.
Waluigi themed. How
I've got mine. Just while you're talking, mine would be coffee themed.
Okay.
Coffee themed.
Is there coffee themed Pokemon?
All of the Pokemon would be hot, fiery Pokemon. It would be a coffee shop full of Pokemon, and they're like, "I'm here to battle," and they're like, "Nah."
Oh, it's a coffee shop. It's like a Starbucks. Yeah, you wear one of those like Yes,
Yep.
yes, I like that. That's fantastic. I'm surprised that hasn't been done already. Actually, um,
I'd,
I feel
I'd
like you
go for
need to. The primary Pokemon needs to be coughing, because I always thought he said coffee in the show. He'd be like coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought he was saying.
It's
Yeah,
coffee, but he has a little beret and a little like goatee.
Yeah.
nothing makes you want to drink your coffee than something just spewing out poisonous gases right next to you.
It's like steam ish. Kind of reminds me of coffee. Uh that's I'm gonna have to give it some thought. I think I would like to go with like an unconventional theme. I don't want to steal this from Micah because I think Micah's theme would be turtles. But you got like
Might be pretty close.
just turtle Pokemon, and your whole place is just themed like turtles. Because there's enough. I wouldn't go with like a type. I would go with like a thing like that. I'd be like, oh, all of my Pokemon are dancing Pokemon. Maybe it's yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. It's like a DJ club, like. And my gym, I dress like the Daft Punk guys. Wear one of those helmets, and I have like a Loudred playing music, and everybody. Did you guys play Pokemon Coliseum? It's like Mirror B with the big fro.
Long time.
Yes, that's what I would look like. There's my really long-winded answer on what game I would like to be in and what I'd like to be. Micah, you got.
Yeah, but I was actually I was thinking of making my Pokemon gym or whatever if I had one turtle themed, but I think I would have to go with like the dopiest, dumbest ish looking Pokemon. So I'd have like my Shuckle, my Dunsparce. Those two Pokemon are my jam. They're my two favorite Pokemon. Maybe like a Porygon.
What's that? What's that one? That's like a skunkfish. A skunkfish. Where it's just like this like blob.
Stunfisk or something.
A Stunfisk, yes. Yeah.
So I mean just those people are like, oh man, these Pokemon look really cool. I just go for those Pokemon like, wow, these look like real dumb. Like they're using all their brain power just to breathe. Sort of Pokemon. But they would all be like, I would train them so hard. They'd be like such a high level. They'd just destroy everyone. But
I dig this.
That'd be my theme.
This is not where I was expecting this conversation to go, but I'm all for it.
I like it.
Yeah, but for what game I'd like to be in, I was kind of thinking once again Breath of the Wild, but it might be kind of weird at first, but be Samus, just because I feel like I could clean house having missiles and arm cannons and whatnot. They'd like pull out their swords and stuff, and you'd be like, well, good luck with that, as you just laser beam them. Essentially, I just feel so powerful.
I could see it.
But now that you mentioned the Pokemon, I mean, living in a Pokemon world would just be too cool. But I'd probably got to go with like Luigi or something.
Can you imagine being like in a Pokemon world, like you're just at Walmart trying to shop, and all of a sudden you stop, and somebody at the other end of the aisle is like, "Ha! I saw you looking at me. Let's fight our Pokemon."
You're like, no, please, I didn't.
Everybody's walking around like this all the time.
I can't look at you.
Just trying to buy some milk.
Absolutely destroyed.
On your wedding day, you look your wife in the eye, and she's like, "Ha! Pokemon battle!" Right in the middle of the wedding.
Just pulls out a Machamp. I don't know. It just feels like it'd be extra humiliating to just get beat up by a Machamp at your own wedding.
Machamp, go Stunfisk.
This is why everybody in Pokemon World's like 10. Nobody makes it to that age, so.
That's right. Guys, I'm going to have to bounce, but thank y'all so much for having me on the show.
Yeah.
You guys are doing great stuff over here, and I am just proud to get to come and hang out with y'all for a little bit.
Well, Marty, before you go, do you want to give a plug to yourself and your stuff and the Nintendo Dads?
Sure. If you want to find us, you can go on any social media basically and just type in Nintendo Dads. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can head over to nintendodads.org where you'll be able to find all of our social feeds plus YouTube videos, our podcast feed, our Patreon page, and we even have a merch store where you can go and buy shirts and stickers and all kinds of stuff. And it's really cool. But mainly, you can just find us. We record every Thursday night on YouTube on our YouTube channel. You can watch us record the podcast live, and then it goes on up on Fridays on audio feeds. And if
YouTube
you want
to and Twitch for that one as
YouTube
well,
and
if you're
Twitch,
on
that's
there.
right. And if you want to follow me, I'm mainly on Twitter and Instagram these days, and both of those are at Marty Estes. So MartyEstes. I post pictures of food and video games and my kids and my family, and talk about games. So
Nice.
would love to hang out with you there.
Well, Marty, thank you so much for like offering to come on. I mean, you reached out to us, so I'm just honored to have you on as a guest. It's so cool to have the Nintendo dads. We're gonna get all. It's like a Pokemon.
Yeah,
We're gonna catch them all. We're gonna have everybody on here. At some
I also appreciate you guys in your art for advertising. I was going to be on the show, identifying me as the collectible treasure that I am.
The number one collectible treasure. I was so proud of myself when I made that picture.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I showed that to my wife, and I was like, "Hey, look at that!" And she just rolled her eyes. She's like, "Oh my god!" She literally said, "She's like, I'm going to hear about this forever, aren't I?" And I was like, "Yes." Because I am your number one collectible treasure.
Oh man, I appreciate that. I my poor Photoshop skills are coming to at least make someone happy.
Troll her forever. Thank you so much.
Sorry, Marty's wife, if you're listening.
She won't listen to this. She only listens to podcasts about history.
Yeah, that's okay. My wife doesn't listen. So I was looking at this our podcast stats. We actually have a large percentage of our listeners are female. Okay. Not a majority, but a pretty good percentage. And I'm like, well, who is this? It's not my wife. My wife's not listening to this show. But it looks like we lost Marty. I thought he was just bailing.
Well,
but
he's back.
I hit the wrong button.
You're back.
Sorry.
But you needed to go anyways. I thought he's just like, I'm out. Just bail.
Nope.
They won't let me leave. They just keep doing
no, I just wanted to say again, thanks guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for coming on. And sorry we kept you so late.
It's been great.
No, you're fine. Y'all have a great rest of the show. Hopefully I'll be back sometime.
Yes, for sure.
Awesome. Y'all enjoy. We'll see you later.
Yep. See ya.
All right. So with that, Michael, last bit of the community corner, which I am bummed that we're not going to hear these answers from Marty, but maybe he'll hop over onto our Discord and give his answers there. Let's talk about Mario for Mario Day, March 10th. We just had, and we're just gonna go like our tops for each of these things in this category. So, for you, what is the best 2D Mario game?
I gotta go with Super Mario Bros. 3.
Nice, good answer.
For retro, and I guess slightly less retro. I guess probably just I feel like it's probably not even the best. Just the one on the Wii, just because nostalgia. We played it a bunch.
Yeah, man.
And I earned nicknames about murdering. So that was fun.
I've got to say Super Mario World for the SNES is the greatest 2D Mario of all time, but I'm going to give an honorable mention to New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, actually. For starting the New Super Mario Bros. Trend, I just had so much fun with that on the DS. It introduced the big, huge Mega Mushroom, and I think that was the first one that had the mini mushroom. It let you run on water and stuff. That was pretty cool.
Okay.
And the multiplayer on that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I do really like the addition of multiplayer for the new games.
Yeah, that's cool.
What is the best 3D Mario game for you?
Gotta go with... Well, when I first thought about it, my gut reaction was Mario Galaxy. But then I was like, well, I completely forgot about Mario Odyssey. But so I gotta give it to Mario Odyssey with close Mario Galaxy.
Bro, that is word for word my answer. Like ditto, 100%. I
just felt like the movement in Odyssey was so fun. Just that, like how you can throw the hat and then dive on it, just leads to a lot of. You can like gain extra distance, leads to a lot of fun things you can do.
All of the things you could do with the Z trigger, the long jump, the backwards jump, squats, rolls. It just felt like the perfect Mario game as far as Mario's movement and his controls.
Yeah, there's so many like different ways to like get through obstacles.
Yeah, I would have enjoyed Bowser's Fury. I liked Bowser's Fury a lot. I would have liked it even more if it just had straight up Mario Odyssey's control scheme, because it's just felt so good. Yeah. What's the best Mario RPG game?
I got to give it to Mario Golf, obviously. The new one coming out.
The new one coming out.
I got to give it to one of my favorite games, Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, I feel like once I play Thousand Year Door, that's gonna be it for me. So I guess I'll just say Thousand Year Door as well, because I really like the first one.
Yeah, I mean, although I heard there's just not too much difference, so
maybe
depends
the
on
first
if
one.
you like the story more.
I'll say Paper Mario, original Paper Mario. There's also you gotta think about the Mario and Luigi series.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I've played a couple of those and really enjoyed those.
And straight up Mario RPG. But I think out of all of those, I still would say Paper Mario, the original Paper Mario. What's the best Mario sports game?
Mario Strikers Charged.
On the Wii? Is that?
Yes.
That's the one on Wii?
Or was it GameCube? I actually don't remember. It's probably was Wii, I think.
I didn't. I now that I'm thinking about this game, now that I'm thinking about this category, I'm like,
do I know of any?
I just have such good memories of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games 2012.
That's true. I guess you can have that. Although I guess I got to give it an honorable mention to Mario Party 4. Maybe it was Mario Party 7. I can't remember. But there's one of them where in one of the menus you can click on this black like star and it takes you to some volleyball minigame, and that was actually incredible. So I actually played that a lot. That was super good.
That's what we need.
They need to make a Mario volleyball game. That's what that like little minigame thing made me want. I would practically pay full price for that.
Man, yeah. I might have to give this to Mario Hoops 3-on-3, which is like kind of an obscure DS title. I really liked it. I played through almost the entire game, but I just could not beat the last level where you fight surprise Final Fantasy characters.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Oh, I mean, that is pretty cool.
So I liked that one a lot. I think this Mario Golf game that's coming out is gonna become king.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm oddly excited for it.
What's the best Mario racing game? And I wasn't sure. I was thinking about this in my head. Like, is there more besides Mario Kart that Mario races in? I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
So what's the best Mario Kart?
Double Dash.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I just remember playing through all like the Grand Prix on the hardest setting. I was the guy in the back that would throw items and every once in a while punch people.
I think I might have to go with so I feel like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the definitive Mario Kart game. Like it's really
kind of is.
It's really good. It's like the peak of the series. But for its time, and I think even still it's fun to go back to Mario Kart on the DS. The first DS one. It was the first one with online play. I think it's the first one that introduced retro tracks. Soundtrack incredible. Variety of carts, and Waluigi, man. Like that's all you need in a game to be good. So
yeah, don't
Smash Bros.
Listen to them.
Smash Bros. Bad game.
Developers.
Doesn't have Waluigi. Well, it does have Waluigi in it, so it's good.
Yeah, this is trophy.
He's not. Okay, you got away with it, Sakurai. You got it.
Yeah, it's specifically like Mario Tennis Waluigi. If I remember correctly, he has his tennis racket.
Yeah, he has a tennis racket and beats people and stomps them into the ground.
Yeah.
So good.
Terrible. I hate that guy.
What is the best Mario cameo you've seen in a game? I've got an answer.
I can only think of one.
Okay. Yeah, what's it?
Punch Out. The little Mario ref.
Yeah.
I don't even remember which Punch Out exactly. I just know it's one of them.
I think that's the SNES one. Just like Punch Out, just the Punch Out.
Ready to
game.
Punch Out? Oh,
Yeah. Super Punch Out.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out, maybe.
It's not the one with Mr. Dream. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it was though. I just remember playing through that, and he might have been in that one.
I am going to say I really liked is it NBA Streets on the GameCube, where Mario, Luigi, and Peach are make a cameo. And they're playing with like actual NBA players, and they're like half their size. Yeah, and I just thought that was great. It's a basketball game, a game I would not play or buy, but they put Mario into it, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
I guess I better buy it.
I think that's a hilarious cameo. I like that and would love to see more of that. And then the only other ones I can think of, I think he's kind of made appearances in Zelda, which has been kind of cool. If you go with what's his name? That owner of Lon Lon Ranch has like the red. He has the look of Mario.
Oh. Yeah.
But there's also, I think, is it Link to the Past or Link's Awakening? There's like just straight up a painting on the wall that looks like Mario.
That's awesome. Those are like two of very few Zelda games I haven't played.
Yeah. I think, but I'm gonna go with the NBA Street on GameCube. Because I just thought that's just so funny. Like that you can play as Mario and you're just like,
yeah, just imagine getting
around.
schooled by Mario, dribbling between the legs and stuff. Like 3 feet.
Dude, he does all these things and then he just jumps super high because he jumps super high. That's how he dunks. It's so funny. All right, and then this one. What's the best Mario franchise character? And who's your favorite character in the Mario franchise?
Gotta go with Yoshi. He's my boy.
Oh yeah.
See, just have it randomly. The one amiibo I have.
Nice.
Yoshi just sitting here. I got it from, I think it was a pre-order bonus for Smash, like Target or something. But yeah, I don't know why. I've just always really enjoyed Yoshi and his shell he has on his back.
It's not a saddle. It's not a saddle.
No,
it's a shell.
It's a shell.
Yeah.
I'm very adamant about that.
Doesn't have straps, so it's not a saddle.
Yeah, how would it even stay on? It doesn't even make sense.
Have you ever seen him without it? So I guess it's
no,
attached.
I have not.
Well, that's a great transition to our next spot, but I'm not going to take that transition because I still need to answer. I think I unironically am going to say Waluigi, brother. Yeah. Waluigi is just such a great character. I like that he is the Luigi is a creation of Mario. He's the second player. Because they're like, well, we need another player. So he's like a reflection of Luigi, and then you take Luigi and you reflect it further, and you get Waluigi, and it's just so good. It's like he's like the third layer. I don't know why. I don't know why I have an affiliation with this character. Every game and this is long before he became an internet icon. We all know Waluigi is an internet icon. Part of that bothers me because I feel like people now hate on Waluigi being in things. They're like, no, he can't be in Smash. It's just a meme. No, I wanted him in Smash before the internet and memes existed.
Okay? The disrespect for Waluigi to not be in Smash with all these other fighters is astounding.
Yeah, They put Daisy in.
Daisy is easy to put in. It's practically Peach.
I know.
But yeah, I do got to give a little shout out to Luigi. He's probably my second favorite Mario franchise.
I love Luigi.
I just like how much of a doofus he is. But especially in the Origami King, he's just getting all these keys that he thinks are Princess Peach's. Like, yeah, and there's a really dank cave. I found the key to Princess Peach's castle.
He like makes it harder
But
accidentally
why?
the whole time.
Well,
and
he
then
always gives you that key that you need when you need it.
yeah, and then at the end, he just comes flying in like. You're like, oh, he's flying it, and then he just falls straight into a pit. Like it was like, oh, all right, Ouija's gone.
I fell in love with him in Luigi's Mansion. Just him like creeping through the house, yelling out Mario, and sometimes his voice like cracks and stuff. It's so good.
I really enjoy his character in Smash Bros. And Sakurai gave him the weirdest personality.
Oh yeah.
They turned him into a weirdo. He was just a normal guy before that, but then Smash Bros. Comes in and he's doing finger guns and weird poses and
weird
dances.
Boat, planking or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's a true hero because he is such a scaredy cat. But he pushes through most of the time without being dragged into it.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the Mario and Luigi games. He's like trying to bail on everything, and Mario's like, no.
I really enjoy that, and I want more of that dynamic with Waluigi to come in. Like I know, like he just seems like a cool guy, you know? Just seems like a cool guy.
Florida seems like a psychopath to me, for being honest.
He shares my physique when he runs. I feel that, you know, the knees going up, like,
and his arms like way out to the side, like lots of elbow movement, weird ways.
He's great.
He's
character.
An interesting guy.
Yeah, he's a great character. I feel like him and Wario are just like the perfect pair. Anytime they're appear together in games and are up to mischief as a duo, you're just like, man, this is so great. They're like the Team Rocket of Mario's franchise. It's the Jesse James combo, you know. He's the James in this situation.
Wow, you really thought about this.
Yeah. No, I just made that analogy up on the spot. All right, this question went way longer than I was planning. So let's segue back. Talking about shells.
I literally forgot what the question was originally.
Who's your favorite Mario?
Oh yeah, okay,
character? I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Oh, I do got to give a shout out to Shy Guy. I like Shy Guy. I don't know why.
I like Shy Guy. Randomly,
cool.
Also, now that you mention that, got to give a shout out to Rosalina. Don't know why.
Rosalina's cool. Rosalina's cool.
She's just real tall.
So yeah, so
it's all you need for me to like you as a character. Be real tall.
Next Paper Mario game, I want Rosalina and Waluigi to become a couple. That's what I want.
No.
They're both tall. That's all it needs to happen.
I'd rather no.
End of the game, Mario and Peach, you know, like go arm in arm off to the side, and Luigi takes Daisy, and then Rosalina comes up and reaches her hand out for Waluigi, and Waluigi goes, "Someone wants me." And then
he runs and jumps off a cliff or something.
He like slips on an ice cube or something like that, or I don't know. Then Wario is just happy for his friends, and that's how it's gonna end.
A nice guy.
Nintendo, that's an idea free of charge.
No, I actually think they just need to forget about Daisy a little bit and Luigi and Rosalina.
There are theories out there that Rosalina's Luigi's daughter.
What?
Yeah.
I have not heard of any of these.
Oh, well,
that's interesting.
Yeah, because she's from the past or something. I don't know. It's theories. It's theories.
What? I thought she was from space.
Yeah, space, time. It's all
galaxy far, far away, man.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
All right. Well, this is getting real into the weeds here. But. Now you know my dream Nintendo couple, Waluigi and Rosalina. So let's go back to shells. And let's head over to let's ride that Yoshi shell to the Nintendo news.
Wow,
so smooth, gosh, such a smooth transition. So let's talk about this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, coming to you in video game form. Yeah. A new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, Shredder's Revenge, has been announced this week. And can I say that I am so hyped for this game, man? I played a lot of Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo, and just recently played the arcade version for the first time at my local arcade. And such a great beat 'em up game. I don't know, were you a Were you a TMNT fan?
Not so much. I just played a couple times with you. Like, it was probably like 5 years ago now on your NES. But other than that, I have not had much experience.
I feel like this is right up our alley. As far as multiplayer games, this will be like the time we did we like binged Castle Crashers
and Rampage Nights.
Rampage Nights, yeah, those like beat 'em up games. Because this is so Turtles in Time and the old school Ninja Turtle arcade beat 'em ups were so good. They were super fun.
Yeah,
had a neat little story, and this is just heavily taking inspiration from that. As you can see from the trailers, it's like the sequel we didn't know we needed, and
man, and never could have imagined we'd get.
So I'm really hoping, and I'm kind of counting on this having online play. I think it will. It's being done by the same people that did Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And they did some other games. I can't remember exactly. But Scott Pilgrim versus the World on Switch had online multiplayer, or has online multiplayer, and so I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't.
I mean, they know how to do it at least.
Yeah. Well, and that's such a good beat 'em up game that putting it with an IP that I love from my childhood, sign me up, guys. I'm all for it. I was not. I was too young for original Turtle hype of the 80s, I believe, is when the original series came out. But I was right. I was the right age in 2000 for the 2003 reboot, where it was like kind of the anime style Ninja Turtles with WB Kids. And we had all the action figures, man. We had all the action figures, the toys. We had all the episodes on VHS. Good times.
Question is, who's your favorite turtle?
Donatello. Who's yours?
Oh, obviously Michelangelo.
Oh yeah, that's that feels good because orange, right.
Yeah, that's how it started. But I mean, I haven't really watched. But in like some of the newer series, there's probably been like 3 reboots since then. He's just like a doofus.
Yeah, well, that's his always his personality. He was always the party guy, the like, yeah, I'm here.
Doesn't take it too seriously.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but when it was originally conceived, wasn't it pretty dark? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The comics.
The comics
were a lot more serious. No, the original TV show was like Saturday morning cartoon kid oriented. The 2003 reboot was much more serious, but also still kid friendly. It was like the old school Batman, like
it treats kids like not too young and dumb. I guess kind of. I mean, you can have kids friendly shows that are a little more like serious and have some sort of plot that aren't just about the laughs.
Yeah, kind of like Avatar, Last Airbender.
Yeah,
I'd
exactly.
say it's like that. Yeah, I'd say it's like right along that style of like a seriousness to it, but has the humor. Oh, man, I like the 2003 Ninja Turtles so much. I was and when this got announced, I was like looking back at those and just going, man, that was such a good time watching those, and I was like, man, maybe I need to watch these again with my son. Anyways,
indoctrinate him early.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game coming, and it hasn't been officially stated for Switch. But like we said towards the beginning of the show, if this doesn't come to Switch, I will be blown away. Why?
Riots in the street, even if you're the only one rioting.
It has to Also in news, we've got small update to Among Us. Quick chat is being added to Among Us. I don't know if that's been added yet or if it will be added shortly. And they've also added an age gate. So if you are 13 or under, you have to use quick chat only.
But does that mean you can't see other people's chats
I
unless
believe
they're
so.
quick
Yep.
chat?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, that makes sense.
I think that's a fantastic
kind of
thing.
unfortunate.
I think it's a fantastic thing to implement. Their quick chat is actually pretty well done. You pick like a sentence and then you pick a character in a room. So you can say like, I found blank in
Body,
blank.
body, and blah blah blah.
So you say I found, and then you select this character, and they were in this room. So there's quite a bit you can do with that. And honestly, I don't recommend playing this game with randos. I think you got to play it with a group that you at least somewhat know, and maybe you can use some voice chat because that's the most
so much better with voice chat.
Mm-hmm. But glad it's coming with quick chat because typing on the Switch is a nightmare. So we already talked a little bit about Mario Day with our community corner, but there's a sale going right now, 35% off select Mario games in honor of Mario Day. And one of those Mario games is Luigi's Mansion 3.
Mansion. Yep.
He's in it. He's in it.
Mario's in there.
Yeah. So it's all good. But 35% off. So it makes me very excited for the 100th year anniversary for all those people that get to have games 100% off.
100% off. Yeah, that would be nice.
When I think of jokes ahead of time, you can tell, can't you? Like that was one I thought about earlier today. I was like, oh, that's.
And you're like, oh, that's a good one. I'm writing that down.
I gotta share that. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. But I just think it's funny, 35% off. So hey, probably won't
the
make
question
it.
Is
we probably won't be around.
40% off in 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, so
when
every
do they
5
stop?
years. Every 5 years, it's gonna get cheaper. I don't know. Pokemon Unite beta is out now. Okay. It was only available for Canada, I believe.
Yeah, that's
and
what I heard.
I think it said something along the lines of, "Please don't share this. This is beta," and that didn't work.
Yeah,
because people be sharing that everywhere.
I can't imagine how that went wrong.
I went and watched the gameplay of it, and I gotta say, it looks fun. I think I'll enjoy it. It's got. I like the formula with League of Legends. Here's the Storm, Dota, all of those. I like the formula, but don't care about the IP and the characters. So I feel like that's what keeps me from getting hooked into those games. Really. Do a Pokemon one.
Well,
I think it's
you
cool.
You just haven't learned the backstory and lore of Cho'Gath enough.
I mean, I've watched videos of like the character intros and stuff. They're pretty cool. Like League has some really cool stuff, man.
Yeah, they actually do.
But I don't
put
care.
a bit of effort into that.
I just don't care. I'm sorry. So
yeah,
I'm way more excited for Pokemon. So Pokemoba coming soon. Did you watch any of that? Did you see any of the?
I have not. I don't want to be a hooligan and watch these things that we essentially weren't supposed to.
Hey,
Also, I've been lazy, and not that lazy. I've been slightly lazy, and I've also been kind of busy. So
I watched it so that you didn't have to. It was for it was for news reporting. That's
You're a true homie.
If I had been in the beta, oh heck no, I wouldn't have shared. I wouldn't even talk about it right now.
You would have pretended it didn't exist.
Right.
Pokemon Unite. What the crap is that?
So Nintendo, Pokemon, we're trustworthy now. So feel free to send us this stuff. We'll happily beta test anything. Yeah.
Especially something Metroid related, mayhaps. Breath of the Wild 2.
Metroid MOBA. But
I'm here.
Metroid
I'm
Prime
here
4.
for you.
Metroid Prime 4 is just a MOBA.
Hey, if it was good.
Yeah, I'd be for it. I feel like a Nintendo themed one would be cool. Not just Pokemon.
Smash Bros. MOBA.
Well, that's all we have by way of news. So let's jump over briefly to the rumor mill. And we're talking about the same rumor that just won't die. And you know what that is. It's
Switch Pro?
The Switch Pro. Now,
Metroid Prime 4 coming out October 14th.
Not that one. That one is not a rumor. That's just fact at this point on this show.
Yeah. Yep. You heard it here first. It's fact now, apparently.
So rumor is that that Nvidia is stopping production of the Tegra X1 Mariko chip. Yeah, I just spewed a bunch of words that I definitely know what those are. No, it's
like salsa.
It's like the internal chip that powers the Switch and Switch Lite, or an internal chip, and those are stopping production, which just is adding more fuel to the Pro rumors. But let's think about this: if they're stopping production of a chip that is integral to the current model, that kind of solidifies in my mind that this next Switch Pro is going to replace the current model, not be an advanced version.
Who knows? Maybe they're making the whatever chip you just said 1.1 is the new version, and it's only slightly different, and they'll just be using that instead.
True. So it's just something I wanted to point out. It's been reported on. I thought I'd share it since we're in the rumor mill. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that Metroid Prime 4 game is just too incredible.
It's breaking the systems.
What it is now, yeah. They got to release the next one.
Well, that does it for today's show. We have cleared through our entire list of news in a weird order, so I feel like it's a weird spot to end. So let's talk. Let's jump back to the community corner section and talk about our memories with Mario. We've already kind of talked about some of our favorite Mario games. Michael, what are some of your best memories with Mario that you can think of you'd like to share?
Sound kind of dumb, I guess, but Nintendo Land, that Mario Run, I used to be pretty much super good at that game. That was my jam mode, running as Mario. But I mean, just the multiplayer Mario games, essentially. When we played through on the Wii, there was lots of screaming and yelling, especially with levels of icicles falling.
Oh, that's the Wii U one you're thinking of.
Oh, it's the Wii U? Oh,
yeah,
that one.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Mario Galaxy, like one of my favorite games.
Mario Galaxy.
Odyssey, so good.
Mario Galaxy is like the only Mario game that I like completely 100%ed, and you have to do it twice because, spoiler, you play.
Yeah, dude, as Luigi.
You play the game again. The whole game again as Luigi.
Oh yeah, and it just gets better at that point.
Yeah, well, there's two Luigis. I thought that was weird when that happened. It's like you get to the point where you're going to find Luigi, because in the original game, you're Mario, you find Luigi, and he's like, "Hey, I'll look for stars for you." And they didn't switch that up to be a different character. They just put Luigi in, and he's like, "There's two of us? Well, it's a big universe." That's all they do. They just like shrug it off.
I had forgotten about that. That's so funny.
Yeah. I will say I do also fondly remember our time playing Mario on the Wii U. We also have that recorded.
Fondly.
Yeah, man, that was a blast. We were having so much fun. It was a lot of screaming. And the thing about it is, like, we recorded that for Let's Play for YouTube. Well, we were in high school, right? Like, still in high school at that point.
Yeah, I think so.
And you'd think that, oh, they're recording it, so they're doctoring this up, like they're being more emotional than they normally would be. That's 100% not true.
No, that's how we play games together. Oh man.
Yeah.
I feel like I've grown out of screaming a little bit during game playing. That used to happen a lot in Smash Bros. As well, but I mean, then again, we haven't gotten a big group of us in like one location for a while.
That's true. If we did that again, I'm 100% positive we'd still be very loud. Like
Because
it's not
I had that one high pitched scream that I could only hit. That I could only hit while playing Smash Brothers Brawl when I randomly trip while someone is charging a smash attack that I know will kill me. It's a specific scream I have just for that moment.
These are good times, good memories with the Mario. I also want to give just reminisce on my time with Mario on the DS. Me and my siblings had our own DSs. We had DS Lites. And I had cousins with it. And we'd all, when everybody would get together, we'd be like, hey guys, play some Mario Kart? Because you only needed one cartridge. Everybody had download play. Oh, yeah. And so everyone was playing awesome. Everyone was playing as Shy Guy, which I don't think was a playable character. It was only for the download play people could play as Shy Guy, and you got just the standard cart. And so I actually always preferred to play on the download side instead of the base game.
So you could be Shy Guy?
So I could be Shy Guy, yeah. And then in addition to that, there's also both Mario 64 DS and New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. Mario 64 DS had two... I may be mixing these up. Between that and New Super Mario Bros. But for sure it had a mode where you played versus on these like 3D battle arenas where each of you is Yoshi and you're trying to get the most stars. And it was like Mario 64, but like you're just playing versus racing for stars. You could punch each other. If you got a Wario hat, you turn into Wario. You turn into Mario. If you got a Mario cap, and you could do the different moves that each of them had. A lot of fun. And then New Super Mario Bros. The first one for the DS had a versus mode where you play on a 2D level. One of you's Mario, one of you's Luigi, and you're fighting for stars. So fun. My brother Max and I just played the death out of that game. Like we loved it. And then one of those games had a mini game mode. I'm not sure which one it was, but we played so much of it. I can't believe I can't remember which one of those it was. Well, because the thing is, one of them has a single player version of it. I think that's Mario 64. I think Mario 64 has like a single player mini games that you can do, and then New Super Mario Bros. For the DS had a multiplayer version, and you played. It was like Mario Party almost, but you played versus each other. And you could select from a bunch of categories of games that were like, they had puzzle, action, tabletop. And in the tabletop games, those were hilarious because they were like always card games, and you're playing in like this casino with Luigi as your dealer, yeah. And he's like, "Let's go," and he's like dealing out cards, and he's wearing like a suit, like a card dealer in Vegas.
Yeah, like the little vest thing.
Yes. And man, so much fun because it was just we do random, and it would pick from all those categories, then pick all those games, and it'd be like first person to get to this many points wins, and you just play through several matches of that, and hours and hours and hours of that. I just have so much fun with Mario from the multiplayer perspective. Single player side, got it. Yeah, like I said, Galaxy, so fun. 64.
Yeah. I feel like that game was just like mind blowing the first time I played it, just like when it came out.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I also really enjoyed the multiplayer in that. Like it was a single player experience, but you had like the pointer.
The guy that could shoot.
And we'd swap off. Yeah, we'd swap off with the siblings. Be like, okay, you play the level, I'll be the star pointer, because it actually would really help out. So that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and way back in the day when I played with my siblings the Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
We had 2 Game Boys, and I think we had just 2 of them, but we had played.
Oh, looks like I lost Micah. Oh, looks like he's coming back. There you are.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I hadn't left. I was here the whole time for
You-
me, and I could hear everything you're saying. You're suddenly just like, well, I guess we lost Micah. What?
Totally frozen. You'll have to watch back the video version and you just see yourself
That's
just.
funny. Oh, perfect.
So, yeah.
But
you
yeah,
got
Super
cut off.
Mario Deluxe.
Yeah.
On the Game Boy Color, because I think I don't know if they're in the original version. I think in this mode they had like 5 red stars you could collect in each level, and there's also like an invisible Yoshi block or something that you had to find and hit. So I spent a lot of time with my siblings like scouring these levels to get like trying 100% in. I think we got relatively close, but there's just so much.
Yeah, I also have fond memories with that exact game. We'd swap. We have one Game Boy Color, but in the car rides, we'd.
Right.
Okay, I play Mario, you're Luigi. We'd swap it, just like go back and forth, see how far we could get. Good times. Mario, Thank you. You've been a great series.
Mm-hmm.
My son loves Mario. I could go on and on about the memories we're making together now. Mario Odyssey. Man, okay, so he just played so much Mario Odyssey. And we like to listen to video game soundtracks just kind of for fun. So we put on playlists that are like hour-long Nintendo music playlist. And a Mario Odyssey song comes up and goes, "Hey, Dad, can I play the Switch? I want to play some Mario Odyssey." And it just makes me happy. He gets nostalgic for this game that it came out. We barely had.
It shouldn't be possible for him. He's only 4.
Mario 3D World, and he's just so excited. We are playing Pretend Mario. Get off work, and he's like, "Dad, let's go play some Pretend Mario." And he's like, "Okay, we're gonna jump on a Goomba, and we're just going through a Mario level." He's like, "Quick, get to the flagpole." Dude, this is like, this is beyond just like a video game. This is like a family bonding experience and something that's just been like such a big part of my life. You know, I maybe that's a little sad, but I love it.
Maybe a little too big a part of your life.
We're a Mario family. That's for sure. Well, with that, we'll close up to today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you would like to be a part of these awesome conversations, submit questions, join up our Discord. Links in the description of the podcast or video, wherever you're watching. And yeah, come join us there. We're having great conversations over there. It's a blast. We have quite a group, very wholesome, family-friendly environment. And we also are on Twitter and Instagram, and you can follow us there at Nintendo Pals and at Nintendo Pals Podcast. I know this is like a spiel everybody does at the end of their YouTube videos. They're like, "Oh, please like, subscribe, hit the share button, do all those things. It really helps us out. Look at our statistics. Only a certain percentage of you are subscribed." And maybe that's a little annoying, but I'm just going to stop here and just say thank you guys for doing that stuff. We really appreciate the people that have subscribed to our channel, the people that have given us thumbs up, have shared with their friends. It's so nice of you guys to do that. It's really helped us to grow as a podcast. And the more you do that stuff, the more visibility we get. And that's why we ask. You don't have to. Please don't feel any pressure. I'm not trying to make this weird. Okay?
Yeah, don't feel any pressure.
Gosh. But if you love Waluigi, you'll hit that button. I'm just kidding.
If Waluigi means anything to you,
I've been tempted to put at the end tags of these, just like thumbs up for Metroid Prime 4. I feel like we'd get a lot of just pity likes at that point. Like, yeah, bring more of that. We need.
It's coming though at some point. That's what they said, at least.
Well, thank you so much for watching. I guess we will close out here with a closing remark by Micah.
Oh, weird. Wow, yeah. Well, peace out, y'all.
Thanks.
And remember to do something. I'm sure there's something you've forgotten to do, and this is your reminder to do it.
Yeah, hop to it. Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace out.